Dotted around the country are secret depots housing vast stockpiles, all poised for the next big outbreak. Protective kits so that health workers can carry out their jobs safely, antiviral drugs that can limit symptoms if they're taken early enough. It is critical that the right supplies are in the right place at the right time. But those calculations depend on mathematical models that predict how quickly a virus will spread and how many of us will become infected. Now, with this kind of information, you can make really important decisions. Things like, have you got enough hospital beds? Do you need to close the airports? Have you got enough antivirals? Or how many body bags are you going to need? Now, these are real life or death questions, but you don't get to have a trial run. But with mathematical simulations and computer models, you can try out a few different scenarios so that when the time comes, you can make the right decision and save thousands of lives. To create the models they need, mathematicians use a set of rules, basically a series of equations. These equations predict how a particular disease moves, from person to person, and then from place to place. But to do that, mathematicians need information about us, how we move and who we meet. The more accurate the data, the better the prediction that emerges from the calculations. But how good is the data we already have? Are we as prepared as we can be for the next deadly outbreak? To find out, I'm meeting an expert on mathematical modelling for pandemics, Dr. Adam Kocharski. If you want to build a model of how infectious diseases spread, what do you need to know?
There are a couple of bits of information that are really useful. One is the contacts that people have. For an infection like flu, for example, it depends on who you interact with, who you meet. So that's one kind of data that we really need. The second thing that's important is where those contacts are made. How much do you interact in your community, how much do you travel to other locations, and that can really help us understand how much a disease will spread more broadly outside a single community.
Don't you have all of this data already? I mean, we're in the 21st century, people are being tracked all the time. Don't you already know this stuff?
There is information out there, but it's really not designed for this specific question about how diseases spread. So we might have data about where